What's going on, guys? It's Crew Aesthetics here, and today we're going to be talking about Conor Murphy's use of ayahuasca. So for those of you who don't know, Conor Murphy made a video about 2 to 3 weeks ago saying goodbye, and in that video, basically he sounded like he wanted to kill himself. Now, I made a video about this the same day he made his video. He literally was crying.
The world seemed endless, the world seemed infinite. It was like I could actually be happy. I had dreams, I had aspirations. It was amazing.
And I basically, said, I don't know what's going on. There's a possible chance that, he took some psychedelic. That's what was going on. That was a rumor. And I have no clue what's going on, if you want me to be honest with you. Now, that time I didn't know, right? I didn't know if he was under anything. I didn't know if he was just straight up depressed. I had no clue. But now, many of us now know that he was under the influence of ayahuasca. For those of you who don't know what ayahuasca is, I'm going to explain it to you, what it is, why it may have changed Conor Murphy, because for those of you who don't know, Conor Murphy posts on this new channel of his called Conor Murphy Talks. So he doesn't really post anymore on his main channel and his vlogging channel. He has a channel called Conor Murphy Talks. And he just starts going on about spirits and this and that and mewing for the jawline. And, he starts going on about all this, like, I guess you could say kind of hippie-ish, vibe videos, right? He's very mellow. He's in, outside where there's trees and grass, and he's around this like nature, and I don't know, he's very spiritual now, right? So you go from somebody who rips his shirt off and he goes in public with girls, try to get the reaction, to now, oh my god, he's a very humble, mellow guy. Like, holy shit, what's going on? So I'm going to explain to you, right? Before I begin this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and, subscribe if you would like to, because I had to do a shitload of research for this, so I'd appreciate it. So, supposedly ayahuasca was formed and made in the 16th century. They used this substance, right? They used this psychedelic to cleanse the spirit, right? So when it comes to cleansing the spirit, as you could see in Conor Murphy's goodbye video, if you guys watched that video, he just went on, he started crying, he started coming out in anger and frustration and tears and just so many flooded emotions that he was going through, right? He was just jumping from one topic to another, right? He was going from, his fitness life and how he achieved so much, then to his family. He had so many problems. His sister was suicidal and all of this stuff, right? He was just rambling on. And that's why a lot of people were worried about Conor Murphy, because of the fact that he was also talking about harming himself. Now, Conor Murphy made a response to this. He talked about, yes, I'm alive, I'm sorry. And when he made this video, he basically said that it wasn't real, right? It actually was an act. Now, you guys could take that how it is. It is messed up, but at the same time, it isn't an act the way he meant it was an act, right? It was an act. He wanted to become an actor, so he's been doing these acting videos. But at the same time, it wasn't just acting, right? So when you take ayahuasca, what it does is it goes back to your lifetime traumas, right? Whatever you've experienced in your life that was significant and bad, and whatever hurt you really bad, all those things in overall your whole lifetime, right? It comes back. And when you have that coming back to you when you're under the influence of that, you start rambling on about it, and you just start, expressing all your emotions just in a crazy bundle right at once. But when it starts to leave your system, right? Let's just say leave, because it doesn't exactly leave yet, and I'll explain further why. But when it leaves your system, you then, I guess you could say, come out more cleansed and pure, right? So we could see another side from Conor Murphy. He's more calm, he's more humble, mellow. He's not a very hyped guy anymore. It doesn't seem like, I don't know, now I look at it and maybe this is the real Conor. Maybe this isn't the real Conor, but this wasn't the Conor that was before the ayahuasca experience. Let's be honest here. Now here's the thing, guys. When Conor Murphy actually took ayahuasca, now I believe in order to take ayahuasca, you must drink it. Now, when he took it, ayahuasca actually takes around 30 minutes to an hour to actually come into the system. It releases something called DMT, which slowly goes into the brain, and then, shit goes from there, right? Anyways, it kind of explains the hours, right? I saw the hour ratios, right, of how long it lasts. And it makes sense, because Conor Murphy posted around, I don't know, off the top of my head, I'll probably say like 6 videos, and they were like hour-long videos. So ayahuasca lasts from anywhere from 4 to 6 hours at most. So during that time frame, you know, imagine that's around the same time frame as, you know, he was posting these videos. So he was probably under the influence of ayahuasca during this whole thing. Now, it peaks within the first 2 hours, right? When you take ayahuasca, I believe the first hour or two, that's when it's at its peak level, right? So I don't know if maybe I'm tripping or anything, no pun intended, but listen, ayahuasca is a crazy fucking substance, and you should be with a fellow friend or family member when you take it, because when you are alone, like Connor Murphy was, you lose your shit. And what happened with Connor Murphy was he said all those things, he made all those hour-long videos, then that final goodbye video, then he drove off. He went to Venice Beach, I believe it was. Now, he said he didn't go to harm himself. He went there to film more acting videos, and, you know, he did, because he was showing proof of him, you know, showing these acting videos. But then he got arrested and was in a psych ward, I believe, for 2 weeks straight. So that's a really long time to be in it for. And, you know, obviously he had a lot of time on his hands to think. Now, during this whole thing, not only did his mental clarity happen, right? Not only this physical change of his persona happen, but his physical appearance, right? His physical appearance-wise, he physically changed completely. So, I don't know what happened, but Connor Murphy says that, oh, I didn't really enjoy being that big as I was. I did it more for the fame, and, you know, people wanted me to look a certain type of way, and it was good for the videos because, you know, guys like to see a huge fucking muscular guy approach girls, get the reaction, you know, because most guys want to look the way he did. Now, I understand that, so it can make sense. And he also went on to talk about how life was a lot more better for him, and he felt a lot more healthier when he shrunk down and, you know, kind of downsized. He even talked about his resting heart rate going from 70 to 50 beats. It probably went down because of the fact that he downsized to begin with. So I don't really think it has to do with him just, you know, doing things to benefit his resting heart rate. So that's just my opinion anyways. Now, although ayahuasca itself isn't mainly illegal in the US, it's not ayahuasca that is illegal. It's actually the substance within ayahuasca known as DMT. Now, DMT is actually banned in the US and is actually considered the same category as ecstasy and heroin. So that's fucking, yeah, that's some crazy shit, man. I don't know if, you know, Connor Murphy is maybe in trouble, any legal troubles. I have no clue, so, you know, I can't really tell you, but by what it looks like, it doesn't seem like he is. So now I'm going to actually further explain what the side effects are when taking ayahuasca, besides, you know, the trauma experiencing, you know, the emotions being let out. This is also what could have happened to him. So, within taking ayahuasca, there is many experiences such as like vomiting, diarrhea, feelings of euphoria, strong visual and auditory hallucinations, mind-altering psychedelic effects, fear, and paranoia. Now, when it comes to paranoia, I feel like maybe Connor Murphy was extremely paranoid when taking this drug because of the fact that he was losing his shit. You know, I don't know if you guys may have saw all of the hour-long videos that he's made. You know, I think there was some that were like 45 minutes, but I saw them, right? I didn't see them from start to finish, but I saw a good amount of all of them. And when I saw them, I saw that Connor Murphy wasn't all there when it comes to conversation alone, right? He was talking, and then he would just randomly just butt out and just say some random shit. So I think Connor Murphy was a little bit paranoid towards the end of his ayahuasca experience when he made that goodbye video, because I feel like if it's so true that he left his house to then go to Venice Beach to then film more acting videos, maybe for that short period of time he just went through a paranoia stage, right? So maybe that is what happened, and I personally believe that was what did happen. So shit. Now guys, I really want to say this because this is the main reason why I want to make this video. Obviously, there's a huge transitioning between Connor Murphy's mental personality, right? When it comes to him talking on camera, talking to others, just himself, him being himself has become a completely different story. He went from this
that is guaranteed to get absolutely any girl's number. You want to see? Do it. All right, 666.
I'm gonna do a card trick for you girls. So I'm gonna do a magic trick for you, alright? And here's the deal. If you're impressed,
Can I get your number?
If it's impressive, then I get your number. If not, all of you can punch me in the ass.
If not, then you know you can punch me in the abs.
To that.
What's up guys, welcome to the second video. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna show you my body transformation after 2 weeks in the psych ward. And most of you are gonna think that it's pretty negative. I definitely feel like I lost some gains. So before I go over the workout and diet that I did in the psych ward, I wanna tell you something that's kind of personal. And it might make you see this transformation in a more positive light.
So, with that being said, is this gonna last forever? Is this forever? Is this a permanent effect that happened when he took ayahuasca? Now, that is a questionable answer, and I guess the short answer could be yes and no. So, ayahuasca can actually change your personality for weeks, months, even years. So, we don't really know how long this is gonna last for him, right? This cleanse, his spiritual cleanse that he's going through, right? Now he's just becoming a very philosophical fucking person here. Like, I don't know what's going on with Conor Murphy, but this ain't my Conor Murphy, man. This ain't the Conor Murphy I subscribed to like 3 years ago. So the scary answer is that I don't know if this will change anytime soon. It could change maybe a week from now, right? A week from this video, he could be back to normal. Or 6 months. Year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. We don't know. Unfortunately, that's what it is. But I think what we have to do right now is just give Conor Murphy the best support that we can. Although he isn't probably in the best mindset of his right now, maybe he has a brighter side to him, right? Maybe this has positively affected his life. I'm pretty sure that maybe it's cleansed him from all the trauma he's experienced in his past, if that is what happened and what the case may be, because as you know, the studies I've read, it says that, you know, when taking ayahuasca, it helps you basically, I guess, not even hold that grudge anymore, not even feel it. Because, you know, when you experience a trauma, you know, although it could be 5-10 years ago, every now and then you kind of go back and, you know, feel it. You know, you rebreathe it. So when taking the substance, you just let it go. You relax, right? It just let loose out of your system, right? I guess the only thing we could do right now for Conor Murphy is, I guess, just pray and hope for the best for him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, hopefully, he'll come back to the way he was soon and the better version of himself. So yeah, I mean, that's about what I got. I just feel like I needed to make a second video on this, and I said to myself that I probably wasn't. But you go back to the first video that I made, which has around 2,000 views at this current moment, and although I bring light to the situation and I start talking about maybe what have happened and what could have happened, now we know what did happen. So I just wanted to talk about it, and you know, I just wanted to, you know, let you guys know what happened, what could still happen, and maybe what will happen in the future with Conor Murphy. So hopefully Conor Murphy goes back, you know, somewhat the same, and makes, you know, the videos he was making before. Otherwise, I don't know, I'm afraid that maybe his channel will die, you know. But with that being said, make sure to like this video, comment, and subscribe, as well as hitting the notification bell, so every time I post a new video, you guys will get it. If you guys haven't seen my last video, it'll be up here somewhere, and I got a playlist for, you know, whatever playlist I want to put on this fucking video. So with that being said, it's your boy Crew Aesthetics, and we're out. Let's go.